Yo guys, this is your artist Tolg, and today I will show you how to draw this full body Future Trunks Ultra Super Saiyan drawing with aura and background. This will be a more advanced tutorial, and before we start the video, one very important thing, please watch the whole video, like the video and subscribe if you are new, I would really appreciate it. Alright, we need an A4 size paper sheet in portrait mode, a pencil, an eraser and a ruler, and the links to the materials I'm using you can find in the info box below. As we're gonna draw a full body character, we will draw the very rough shape of the entire figure first, so we know that we're gonna fit all of that in the paper. And then we can start right away with the face. We are going to draw Trunks slightly from the side and powering up, which means Trunks is screaming. And because he is screaming, Trunks lifts up his head a bit so we can see the lower part of the nose, and the eyebrows will be raised high, and we will draw the eyes on the same level as usual also from this perspective. And the eyes will have no pupils, just like in the anime. Then we're gonna draw the mouth, which is very wide open, and also the teeth and the tongue. We're also gonna add wrinkles around the mouth and then drawing the face shape, and the face is pretty close to the face features, if that makes sense. Alright, I really like how the face looks. The neck will be very thick and the hair of Trunks is very long and spiky, with lots of individual and thinner hair strands which go in every direction. This time I'm not drawing the rough shape of the hair first, I'm starting detailed right away. Pay attention that you don't draw the hair too big, and make sure to draw each hair strand quite different to add more dynamics to the hair. That means you can draw them in different sizes, different directions, longer or smaller, and thicker or thinner. I love how the hair looks, and now we can add the hairlines with the same direction as the hair strands to finish up the head part. Perfect, now to the upper body. In Ultra Super Saiyan or Ascended Super Saiyan, the body of the characters are getting huge and unproportionally muscular. The arms are huge, same as for the chest part and legs. My sketching process on the upper body is kinda messy today, as I will erase quite often because I want the sketch to be perfect, so don't get distracted by that. And as you can see, I'm also starting to draw details right away on the upper body as well, so no rough shapes today. I'm drawing the armor very tight on the body, and I'm also figuring out the shape and size of the arms. As I said, the arms are huge, so don't hold back here and draw the arms very muscular. But here we can work with rough shapes. Alright, the armor looks perfect, and now we can draw the arms more detailed. We will now shape the huge muscles and give them definition. We will pay attention that both arms are the same size, even though the right arm from our perspective seems to be higher, but that's because of the angle. And as you can see, I'm constantly adjusting some small things, but that's just my perfectionism. So the arms are straight down, but strained as Trunks is powering up, and the hands are shaped into a fist, and here we will now shape each finger and the thumb until we have the perfect fist shape. The thumb is on top the bended fingers, and the knuckles will stand out. Great. Now I'm finally happy with the arm and I think it looks really good. We will now do the same process for the other arm, but as Trunks is slightly turned, we cannot see the upper arm fully, but the lower arm we can. We can use a ruler so we can draw the shoulders, bicep, lower arm and fist the same size and height. That's very important. We will draw the banded fingers and a thumb on top with very visible knuckles, and again make sure that both fists are on the same level. Alright, the upper body looks great, and now to the legs. Here I'm not adjusting or raising that much, so you can follow my steps easier. The legs are also very muscular and defined, and of course we will draw the upper and lower leg the same size and height. Trunks has long boots which covers most of his lower leg, and the boots are pretty loose, and the feet I'm drawing on this leg will point to us, and a peak of the feet will be very spiky. That looks great, and now to the other leg. This leg will point on the left direction from our point of view, which means we can see more of the side of the leg. But other than that, the process is pretty much the same. Alright, Trunks is done, and now we will make him stand on a rock or mountain with a flat surface, and we will also draw some rocks floating around Trunks. As for the aura, I'm using a yellow color pencil to draw the shape of it, and we will make some waves of the aura reaching out, and the aura will look like electricity. Alright, I think Trunks looks amazing like that. A great full body sketch, and now we can ink this. Therefore I'm using pens from Copic and Ohuhu in different sizes. The thicker pen I like to use on the outer parts, and the thinner pen I'm using for smaller details like face features and stuff. Now we will pretty much just trace the entire sketch, and therefore I drew the sketch so accurate, so I'm able to just redraw it basically without thinking of any adjustments or improvements. And now the second layer of ink, which I'm sure you know by now. Now I'm basically redrawing the entire line art once again, but this time improving the lines I find not accurate enough. I'm also adding thicker lines to my characters, which makes the line art stand out on its own, and I'm also adding some more details on a second layer of the inking. Alright, the finished line art looks amazing. I really like it, and now we can color this. For the coloring I'm using alcohol markers from Ohuhu and Copic, and we will start with coloring the blue suit. We will do heavy shading today as well, and therefore we need a bright blue tone for the shiny outer parts and a medium sky blue tone for the base. I am doing many layers with each tone, so the area I'm coloring is perfectly even. For the shading, we will use a way darker blue tone, and we will add the shades very close to the body. Adding big and dark shades will make the coloring stand out and will give it a very eye-catching effect. And for some more deepness and definition, we will use a black marker. This we will use along with the muscle definition and on the inner parts of the muscles. This is very important for the final touch of the coloring. And this is exactly how we will continue for the other arm as well, again using many layers until the whole area is colored perfectly even. Great, the upper part looks amazing, and now to the legs. And here as well, the same process. Starting with the bright outer parts for the shiny effect, and then using the medium blue tone for the base with lots of layers. Now we will use a dark blue tone to add big and heavy shades along with the muscle definition. This is a very simple and great orientation to add the shades. Now some blending, and then we can use a black marker, and after that we can do the same process for the other leg. And now, as you know how it goes, coloring this leg will be very easy for you. Great, we finished the biggest part of trunks to color, and now we can color the armor, starting with the very heavy and dark shading, and therefore we are using a dark gray tone, which is also kinda bluish. And to give the shades some more deepness and definition, we will use a very dark gray tone. These very dark shades are almost the most important ones. I honestly don't know how we will call the ab and upper part of the armor, which are yellow, but for this we also need 3 tones, which are a very bright yellow tone and a dark golden tone. We will add big shades to these parts. And also another way darker tone to give these parts the deepness and definition as well. That looks amazing, and now we will color the gloves. Here we will use the same 3 gray tones we used for the armor, and we will start with the big shades, which are closer to the body, and we are using many layers here as well. The white parts we will color with the bright gray tone and some definition with the darker tone, along with the wrinkles of the glove and the banded fingers. That looks amazing, and now we will do the exact same process for the other arm. Great, I really like how this looks, and now we will do the same thing for the boots. Same process here as well, and I'm sure you know how it goes. And guys, if this video is still too fast for you to follow, just wait for the full uncut version on my real-time channel so you can follow my steps even easier. We are almost done with trunks, and now to the skin. Therefore, we also need 4 different tones, one very bright tone for the base, and we are also leaving a big white part on the cheek for the shiny effect. Then a bit darker tone for the shading, and we will add the shading along the face features and wrinkles. And the next darker tone we will use very lightly, also along with the wrinkles and face features, just to give the skin more deepness and definition. That looks very good, and for the Super Saiyan hair we will need 3 yellow tones as well. We will start with the medium yellow tone and using this one along the hairlines. Then a very bright yellow tone to color the white parts of the hair, and after that we will use a more brownish tone to add more deepness to the hair, also along the hairlines. Alright, Trunks is fully colored and he looks badass. Now we will color the aura, and here we need only 2 yellow tones, one medium and one brighter tone. With the medium, we will now outline the aura very thick, and as I said in the beginning, we will make the aura look like electricity. Now we will use a brighter yellow tone and we will color the entire inner part of the aura, but very close to Trunks we will leave it white for another brighter layer of the aura. Take your time on this and make sure to color very evenly. Amazing. Now we will color the floating rocks with a brighter brown and a way darker brown for the shading. The side of the rocks which are facing to the aura will have the bright parts, and the back part of the rocks will have the dark shades. We will also use an even darker brown tone to add some more definition to the rocks. Same as for the mountain Trunks is standing on. First we're gonna color the surface very evenly with the bright brown tone. And now we will add the shading on the outer part, so the area where Trunks is standing on will be brighter because of the aura. Alright guys, that looks amazing, and now we will draw some dust behind Trunks. That will look amazing as the dust will increase the power of the aura and also the rage of Trunks. We are using a warm gray tone for the base and coloring the dust very evenly, and we will also draw some big dust clouds. For the shades we will use a bit darker tone to give the dust some more definition. That looks amazing, I really like this, and we will do the exact same thing on the other side. Perfect, we are almost done. Now we will draw the sky behind all of this we just drew, and therefore we will use 4 different blue tones. We will use each one after the other and pretty much making the colors run into each other, which creates a cool effect. We will work with lots of layers and blending. Alright, one side done, and I think it looks great. It's a different way to color the sky, but I like it. Now let's do the same thing on the other side. Alright guys, we are almost done, now the last step. We will now use a yellow pastel to make the aura look more realistic, I would say. We are outlining the outer parts of the aura very lightly, and then we are using our small finger to smear the powder. That will give the aura a very nice realistic effect, and we will do this on the entire aura right now to finish up this drawing. Alright guys, there we have full body Future Trunks Ultra Super Saiyan with aura and background. Man, this video was so much work, but I love the drawing. I don't draw Trunks very often, and I'm sure you guys wanted to see a full body tutorial for Trunks. I'm really happy with the drawing and I hope you guys learned something today. Alright guys, now let me know in the comments what you think of this. Also give me inspiration for future videos and like the video to show me your support. You can also support me on Patreon if you appreciate my work, that would be amazing. I will of course upload this in full time on my real-time channel so you can follow my steps even easier in case you want to draw this yourself. The one and only original drawing is now available on Etsy, and for commissions, message me on Instagram. And if your custom drawing fits to my channel, I will make a video out of it and mention your name in the video. All the links down below in the info box, including the links to the materials I'm using. That's it guys, thank you all for watching and I'll see you on the next